And say we are at this very, very scenic Anglesey Circuit. We have the gorgeous view in this commentary box where the cars go one way in front of us, then back the other way in front of us, and then we have the cliff, the sea, and then the mountains of Snowdonia in the distance. It is an absolutely spectacular view, but equally as spectacular are the cars now coming onto the grid for this Boxster race. So the grid is forming up as the cars come out of the collecting area, and I know you commented on this on the last race, but I'm going to go for it again. We have some absolutely immaculately turned out cars. Now I'm hoping you're going to be in a position to see the ice cream on the top roof of number 99 this time round.
Yes, I have spotted it, and Graham Hurd's car has clearly been well driven in the first race. Is that the way you would put it? Well driven.
It's got a few little scuff marks on it, hasn't it? So I think they did have a little bit of a talking to, shall we put it politely.
Is there a story with the mirrored rear lights on Graham Hurd's car or not?
That's a good point actually. I hadn't spotted them till now. So I thought I should try and find out before the next round. Although we have a bit of a gap actually, we're not in action now till Croft at the towards the end of August. So it's a little bit of a break for everybody, and we do have a few cars bearing war wounds. Perry Darling again is sort of not quite parked up where he'd wanted to.
Yeah, we can run you through the way in which they will line up. Perry Darling, pole sitter, car number 81. He's got Wayne Gregory alongside on row number 1, 81 and 53 on row number 1. Ben Grucock and Darren King line up on row 2, 86 and 17. Then it's Sarah Thompson and Graham Hurd lining up on row 3, 90 and 99. Barrington Darcy, keep an eye on Barrington. Brilliant race 1. Very, very interesting to watch. Let's see what he can do. Fighting away presumably with Faye Noble Evans, who lines up alongside 27 and 20 on row 4. Row 5, Will Kurtler has Anthony Levy for company, 72 and 60. Then it is Martin Mason and Scott Adams on row 6, 68 and 55. On row 7 it is Mike Thompson and Tom Hale, 6 and 46. Then it's Charlie Dye and Stuart Wardner on row 8, 96 and 51. Craig Horvath and Sarah Wood line up on row 9, 25 and 24. And then it is David Hussey on row 10, car number 64. He does have car number 11 of Ryan Charters alongside. However, Ryan will go 10 seconds later, so the field will all head away as one when the red lights go out, barring Ryan Charters. 10 seconds later, when the Union flag drops, that's when he can get his race underway.
It is, yes. We were watching him because he absolutely flew through the order last time round, and it's you said Will Kurtler. I think it's Mike Kurtler driving both races today. I think TSL have picked up from previously where they have driven one and then the other, but my entry list just says that is a solo drive. So.
Right, I'm just looking as well. Ryan Charters, the previous race, got to 6th, 14.8 seconds behind the race leader. Let's see what he can do this time.
Which is phenomenal. That would have put him on the podium effectively, time-wise, if he started with everyone else. Possibly even better than that, given the fact
he would have had less overtaking to do, wouldn't he?
Yeah, he'd have had to overtake those guys instead. And there's obviously now he knows all the places that you can overtake. So he is the last car that is going round on this lap. So I think he's taking his time trying to put himself into that same, whatever is that mental mode that worked so well last time round. It must have been a bit of a video game thing, possibly in the early laps for him back there.
Yeah, probably. I'm guessing it was literally just keep it between the white lines. There's 1, there's 2, there's 3. Keep going, and it works for him. And every lap must have felt rather much like a simulation. I've just overtaken somebody here. I'm doing it again. Let's see what he can do from the very back of the grid.
That's right, yes, so we'll keep an eye on that car. But the battle at the front was also just so worth watching last time out. We've got the cars now coming through that final corner. This is, I think, the corner particularly where we are seeing people getting pulled up on track limits. There is the curbs there, the sausage curb, and then the green curb on the outside of it, and it's the greens that you must not go anywhere near. So people were getting hit with penalties in race 1, and I think possibly in other races across the day today. So
do you tell them, Paul?
I think they've. Well, in fact, I was there when the clerk of the course told them this morning, and so they have absolutely no excuse.
No, looking as well, everybody working their way into their relative positions on the grid. A couple of cars maybe. We do have a car missing as well. That should be Scott Adams, car number 55. I think that was one of the cars this morning.
He did retire, yes.
Yeah. So Scott Adams, unfortunately, won't be joining us on the grid as well. Faye Noble Evans a little bit further back, but that won't affect her start as the whistle and the 5-second board has already been shown. Red lights go on. When the red lights go out, which they do now, who gets the best start? It is well and truly Perry Darling, and a cracking start as well from Darren King. He's immediately trying to thrust his way up in towards second place. He's on the inside at turn 1. The door slams shut in his face and he can't quite draw himself alongside or draw himself level by the time we get to turn 3, but on the brakes he's going all the way around the outside at turn 3, and brilliant move from Darren King, already up into second place, challenging for the lead, but then a good exit is made, that being by Ben Grucock, is that? Or is that the number 53 machine, potentially, of Wayne Gregory?
Wayne Gregory now in nosing into second ahead of Darren King, Ben Grucock in third. And in fact, Darren King slipping places. Ben Grucock's gone past the Sarah Thompson now closing on Darren King. Not quite sure what happened to Darren King. Maybe he missed a gear. He ran wide. Darren King, this is actually his first visit here, so he's it's been on a severe learning curve for this quite technical circuit.
Yeah, it is very technical indeed, with all the undulation change as well, just running slightly wide all the way around the outside. Sarah Thompson is doing what she can to fend off the attentions of Graham Hurd. Graham Hurd now on the inside by the time we arrive at Peel, still absolutely door to door come the exit, but no, Sarah Thompson just has to supersede the position. Does she? No, later on the brakes, dives back to the inside, but Graham Hurd just gets the best of her for now on the run in towards the corkscrew. Sarah Thompson looks for the better exit. What can she do this time through? As they come through and break the beam for the first time, it is the number 81 machine continuing to lead the way, that being Perry Darling, still ahead of Wayne Gregory. Then it is Ben Grucock and Darren King, followed by the number 99 machine, that being Graham Hurd, who has just managed to pick the pocket of Sarah Thompson. However, big moves on the opening stages of the race. What happened out to the final corner?
Looks like we had a spinner for Sarah Wood, actually spun, I think, on the outside of the corner, had to recover, didn't quite touch the pit wall, I think.
I don't know, there's a bit of damage.
There is a little damage, yes, on the opposite side of the car, so quite possibly. Side by side for third place now, it is Ben Grucock and Darren King. Darren King is going to have the inside, but there is that little bit of a kink as they go up the hill towards Rockingham, and will that actually be crucial?
Yeah, let's see. So who's going to be later on the brakes? Will it be Darren King? Will it be Ben Grucock? All the way around the outside, Ben Grucock will have to go. Does he manage to make it work? No, Darren King remains in front. That leaves the pair of them vulnerable to Graham Hurd. They do have Sarah Thompson waiting in the wings as well. Up 5 places on the opening lap of the race is Mike Thompson. What about the attentions of Ryan Charters? He's picked up a couple of places on the opening lap of the race, maybe a couple more from the end of this lap, but for the moment,
I was going to say, I think it's rather tame by Ryan Charters.
Yeah.
I was looking further up the point of the timing screen for him. Still those battle going on in the midfield. Ben Grucock and Sarah Thompson. Ben Grucock spins round, go already backwards in front of all the car, possibly contact there. Rolls it car nicely out the way, but that's Ben Grucock dropped right down the order.
Yeah, I think Graham Hurd was on the inside. I don't know whether it was out of sight for Ben Grucock, but the pair of them came together, spinning Ben Grucock through 180 degrees. He's still trying to get that car recovered, digs his way back out of the grass and will get his race back underway, albeit off the very tail end of the order, unfortunately. But for the moment,
and now Ryan Charters has figured it out, having jumped 5 places on that lap up to 13th.
Yeah, he took a minute, he was spooling himself up, and now he is there. Into the pit lane comes Sarah Wood after that spin on the lap prior. I'm going to continue to keep an eye on Mike Thompson as well, because he's now all over the tail of Sarah Thompson, having on the start of this lap alone has managed to work his way through and past Barrington Darcy, so he's really starting to push. And another position gain now for Ryan Charters. He's pushing on, but the battle we really need to keep an eye on is the one that's on screen at the moment. Sarah Thompson fighting with Mike Thompson, and Barrington Darcy trying to make up that position that he's just lost, albeit watching Graham Hurd drive away up the road.
That's right, and I have to say Sarah Thompson and Mike Thompson, no relation. There's a P in one of the names and not in the other, basically. So Sarah Thompson now behind Mike Thompson, which means you can see the just married that's written on the back of Mike Thompson's car, which I hadn't noticed at all between the two races. But there's still that battle actually going on close, and it is Graham Hurd has got past Darren King.
Yeah, brilliant move there for Graham Hurd on the exit of the penultimate corner. However, Darren King is still there or thereabouts and continuing to try and dethrone Graham Hurd from that provisional podium place. Sarah Thompson has fallen away from Mike Thompson. They do have Barrington Darcy just sat behind as well. Where has Ryan Charters picked his way up to? Only 1 place on their lap prior, up into 12th, but he's only 12.5 seconds away. And the leaders aren't exactly battling, but one small mistake, we may see that all of a sudden change again.
Which is very much what we actually, I think, saw in the first race. We have quite a whole mix out there, experienced and inexperienced drivers. Someone like Mike Thompson has actually come second in this championship 3 times. And won both races just 2 weeks ago at Horton Park, so it could be a very, very quick driver. Another place gained by Ryan Charters. I think, well, in fact, whoever it is he's going past is sitting it out with him. Ryan Charters. In fact, that's Charlie Dye, who's actually only having his 4th race today. So his first ever race is 2 weeks ago, and he's willing to sit it out with Ryan Charters into a corner.
Yeah, we'll wait and see as to exactly how this race is going to play out. We've still got 19 3/4 minutes remaining. Perry Darling in the lead of the race does have the fastest lap of the race set last time through, that 1 minute 19.933. Is he going to follow suit this time? as he breaks the beam in just a couple of seconds' time. The 1 minute 19.993 turns into a 1 minute 19.589, and now we've got Graham Hurd and Mike Thompson side by side through turn 1. Mike Thompson up into third place, later on the brakes in towards turn 1. Turn 1, not the place you see too many overtakes, but position made.
That was very, very brave by Mike Thompson. He basically just put his nose down there and decided that he was going to see the move all the way through. So fantastic from Mike Thompson in 6th place, who's now moved himself up to 3rd, but he does have a deficit of around 3 seconds to pull in if he is going to get on terms with those 2 cars in front.
Yeah, so we've still got so much more racing yet to unfold. Barrington Darcy isn't really too far away from Sarah Thompson up the road, who in turn is fighting away with Darren King. And Darren King, we know he's got that top 3 pace, but it just seems like when it comes to the race, that car just struggles a bit. And another position lost. Through goes Sarah Thompson past Darren King, or maybe he's trying to fight back from that position lost just a few moments ago. Yes, he is. He's now looking to the inside on the run up towards Peel. Is it going to be side by side on the way in? No, Sarah Thompson manages to chop over the nose, but Barrington Darcy's getting all this. I don't know whether it is the car or maybe just a bit of hard luck for Darren King, but he just seems to fall away in the race. It's a bit more than you'd expect.
Yeah, I'm not sure right in this race the car is actually just changing direction as easily as he would like it to be quite honest. Again, this is his first visit here, but he's already got 1 race under his lap belt, so you think he'd actually come through. But cracking battles going on all the way down the order. Barrington Darcy in 7th place as well, another driver brand new to motorsport this season.
I have to say as well, Faye Noble Evans last time through with the personal fastest lap of the race, closing in on those cars up the road. But who do we need to be watching? Mike Thompson, the overall fastest lap of the race, 1 minute 19.010, over a second quicker than Perry Darling in the lead of the race, and over 2 seconds quicker than Wayne Gregory in front. Keep an eye on Mike Thompson in 3rd place. He's going for the win.
This is the sort of pace we saw from Mike 2 weeks ago. They had a brake problem this morning, had to change the slave cylinder. I'm not convinced that was quite right in class race 1 either.
He's probably building trust in the brakes, because you do need those as well.
It's yeah. If you're going to press that middle pedal, you really want to know it's going to do exactly what it's designed for. So we've got everyone quite brewing up at the front, and so Perry Darling just easing away all the top 4 drivers, all previous race winners. They know what it's like to run at the front. They know what it takes to bring the car home in front, but they also know a lot about the drivers they're racing with. They're very experienced in racing with the people around them. And yeah, this is going to get interesting.
It is indeed. So through the final corner comes Mike Thompson, gets a brilliant run and immediately starts applying that pressure onto the 53 machine of Wayne Gregory. A small look to the inside at turn 1. It worked for him the lap prior on Graham Hurd. This time on the exit gets a brilliant run. Wayne Gregory all over the curb. Now we may see Mike Thompson up into 2nd place all the way around the outside at the banking. Can he just about hold on the exit? They're still side by side by the time the car's straightened up. It will be the outside as well for Church Corner, so he'll have to be a braver man than I am to go around the outside. He gives it a go and somehow holds it there longer or long enough to get to the exit, but it wasn't quite enough. That battle has allowed Graham Hurd to get back in on this, but Mike Thompson is only going one way, and that's forward. Last time through, fastest lap of the race, 1 minute 18.634, the only driver into the 1 minute 18 so far.
There's not that many drivers into the 1 minute 90s as well, so they're certainly at the moment out on track. So fantastic driving there. Right, look back now, Darren King just under so much pressure from Sarah Thompson. Sorry, got back in front, and obviously Darren has regained that place. So it's quite a battle, as you say. It's now Barrington Darcy and Faye Noble Evans making it a 4-car battle for 5th place.
Yeah, Faye Noble Evans pushing on. Barrington Darcy will be first car she will meet. Very sideways on the exit of Peel, trying to get that car straightened up. Unfortunately, back into the pit lane, we've got Sarah Wood. We've seen her re-emerge. Graham Hurd is all over the tail of Mike Thompson, who in turn is all over the tail of Wayne Gregory. In towards turn 1, we know that Mike Thompson is very brave through there. He looks for the cutback on the exit, fakes the move on the way in. He will then look for the inside, hopefully, towards the banking. The inside is not available, so has to hold on to the outside. That leaves him vulnerable to Graham Hurd. Now looks for the cutback. He will want the inside by the time they arrive at Church, or at least an undisturbed line to look for that move on the run up towards Rocket Inn. He'll be closing in the aerodynamic assistance. He's got Graham Hurd behind him, Wayne Gregory just up the road. Now we may start to see Mike Thompson close and close and close, and yes, he is. Visually that gap is coming down, so it's less than a car length now. He looks for the move on the inside, a nibble of the grass on the run through, dabs the brakes just to make sure the car gets squared away for the corner, and does get the car slowed down for Rocket Inn. Unfortunately, the door and the opportunity doesn't present itself, or does it on the way in towards Rocket? Out, dives to the inside. That will be the inside for Peel as well. Mike Thompson just about nipping at the heels of second place. Is he going to be later on the brakes? No. In towards Peel. He's worked so hard, remains in third, or does he? Because then back on the exit, the door swings back open, and we may see Mike Thompson into second place this time around the outside through the corkscrew. That evolves to the inside. Mike Thompson finally into second place. He worked so hard for that one. Wayne Gregory drops into third, and that then leaves him vulnerable to Graham Hurd. That's exactly what he wanted to do. Mike Thompson in second place has run away and left Wayne Gregory and Graham Hurd fighting away.
That's right, fantastic little piece there. You hardly draw for breath there, Jack. It was all a bit hectic. Further down, we do have actually that Sarah Thompson has lost that place to Barrington Darcy. He's got himself up to sixth. I think that's the highest place he's ever run in a motor race. So fantastic drive for Barrington Darcy, who is making this motor racing lark look easy.
Well, I mean, if he's very new to it, just jump in and do it. Turn left, turn right.
Exactly. Let's not overcomplicate the issue. Fantastic. There's battle out going on for third, because it is Wayne Gregory who has that car, 99 Graham Hurd, a race winner back at Brands Hatch in the second race meeting of the season. So he knows again quite what he has to do to get past people and how to win races.
He does indeed. Graham Hurd still hustling Wayne Gregory through Rocky Tout. Darren King under a bit of pressure from Barrington Darcy. In turn, he's trying to defend from Sarah Thompson and continues to do so as Faye Noble Evans closes in. Contact between the number 60 machine, that being Anthony Levy. That was with, I think that was with Ryan Charters.
It's Ryan Charters who's been coming through, yes.
Yeah, so a bit of contact between the pair of them. Ryan Charters remains in the position in which he was. He's got up into what is 9th place now come the end of this lap, and is in a very similar position to where he found himself come the end of race 1, albeit still with 12 and a half minutes of this race to go. So what is left in this race for Ryan Charters? Sarah Thompson and Faye Noble Evans still hunting down Barrington Darcy. In turn is hunting down Darren King. Ryan Charters, he will be the next car that will work into that little battle for what is the top 8 now.
It is, but you mentioned earlier on that Mike Thompson 1:19.0 took 0.3 out of the car, 0.7 of a second out of our race leader last time round. So fantastic battle going on there. That is what's going on. But so many cars running so close together down the field now.
Yeah, Ben Groovecott, pardon me, is on a mission as well. He's diving his way up the inside of Craig Hovarth, and through turn 1, position made, and continues to carve his way through the field. That's a big comeback drive for Ben Groovecott. He's up into 14th, and bearing in mind he wasn't just backwards, he spent a bit of time on the grass getting out of everybody's way.
Watching all those lovely places disappear as the car, because he just did not have that gap to rejoin him. But no, he's driving with his head, isn't he? So driving very, very well and very, very quickly at the moment.
Yeah, the next car he will be Martin Mason, the Coca-Cola livery car just up the road. There's a good battle going on just behind him. That's between the number 51 machine of Stuart Warner and the number 46 Stuart Hale. So they're fighting over 16th and 17th respectively. Over the line, we have already seen our top 2. Mike Thompson continuing to take more time, another half a second out of Perry Darling in the lead of the race. 1:19.430. Perry Darling, race leader's fastest lap so far. But Mike Thompson, the consistency is fabulous. He's only 3 tenths away from the overall fastest lap of the race, which already belongs to him. 1.9 seconds away from the race lead.
It is, yeah, he has just got so much pace. His car looks very, very good on traction, particularly out the last corner, because he does seem to get out of that very, very well. But yeah, he's got that car out there, and you know that when Perry Darling's not going to give him any wedding presents, it's a week late, that's just bad etiquette. But yeah, Mike Thompson is just going to look forward to can he make that 3 wins out of 4 races?
Yeah, do you think that potentially as well, driving that quick and that pace that he's showcasing is going to hurt his tyres in the long run throughout the rest of the season?
It is. You said 2 sets of tyres to last the whole season, so there has to be a little bit of tyre management going on. You have to be a little canny, a little bit clever. But yeah, it's a win, isn't it? You're sensing a win. You are going to go for it.
Absolutely. So Mike Thompson really starting to close in now. Have we actually seen the change? Yes, we have. Mike Thompson, what happened to Perry Darling on that lap? Perry Darling maybe with a small mistake, but we have seen the change for the lead. So Mike Thompson over the line in the lead of the race. And yeah, a very slow lap indeed from Perry Darling. Graham Hurd is now up into 3rd place. He's managed to work his way through and past Wayne Gregory, so it's all changed.
And Sarah Thompson's got past Barrington Darcy, so as you say, yeah, everyone changing places down the top 10 on that lap. As our screen is a massive green and red arrows pointing up and down as people have gained and lost places.
Yeah, unfortunately as well, Will Kurtler into the pit lane and potentially into retirement as well. We haven't seen anything further from Sarah Wood either. I think she's taken that car in towards the in towards the paddock area, something just fell off the front of Mike Thompson's car, and it looks slightly powdery over that side of the circuit. Initially I thought it looked like dry ice, but I don't know whether he's picked up a bit of polystyrene sort of marker board that has parted ways with that car. It fell off the car, he carried on without too much of an issue, and hopefully that isn't a sign of a slightly larger issue. But now we're seeing Faye Noble-Evans all over the tail of Barrington Darcy, who in turn is trying to fight back at Sarah Thompson for the position he lost a moment ago.
And now Sarah is looking, although she has Barrington Darcy behind, who looks to the inside, 2 minute car legs back there. She would love to be closing up on that silver and black car of Darren King, because that's the place that she lost earlier on. So yeah, it's all happening in this top 10.
Yeah, it is indeed. There's no visual representation on the front of race leader Mike Thompson's car as to what exactly may have fallen off that car. Over the line go our top two. Then it is Graham Hurd still sat there in third place with Wayne Gregory giving chase. Darren King, Sarah Thompson, Barrington Darcy and Faye Noble-Evans come through. Ryan Charters still giving chase. He wants to work his way onto the coattails of that battle, and with 8.5 minutes left, if he gets there, those positions are waiting for him.
It is. We are starting to see some warnings going out from the pit bull from the marshals there about track limits. Don't think anyone's got a penalty yet, so I don't think we've got that to worry about. But we did see that in race one, so everyone is going to know that is being monitored, that can happen, and they should be adjusting their driving to suit.
They should be indeed, and making sure they remain within the white lines where necessary, and within the white line and curb where necessary as well, just nothing onto the grass or the painted sort of green curb either. Mike Thompson now picking his way through a bit of traffic. That bit of traffic is a very, very sideways. Was that Perry Darling that was very sideways? No, it won't have been Perry Darling.
No, it's David Hussey. Right,
David Hussey.
Number 64, right down the field sort of thing. I think we're starting to find the leader going past him so quickly.
Yeah. Yeah, we saw that Mike Thompson was suddenly a very large prospect in that rearview mirror, and already coming through and ticking another lap in the book is Mike Thompson. He's not slowing down, still in the 1 minute 20s, and one of the fastest cars out there. We've got more cars coming over the line. Graham Hurd goes through, holding on to third place, running away as best he can from Wayne Gregory. Darren King, Sarah Thompson, Barrington Darcy and Faye Noble-Evans all together. Ryan Charters is closing in. He's only 8 tenths away from that little battle. If he arrives at the right time and picks his moves, you never know, we could see him inside that top 5.
He is, yeah. In fact, almost I think the only car into the 119s on that lap was Ryan Charters, so he certainly has the pace. This has got to be for him a day of what could have been.
Absolutely, he's showcased some fabulous pace, and the fact he doesn't just start off the back of the grid, the fact with a 10-second delay as well, he has had some sterling drives. Visually, the gap between Faye Noble-Evans and Ryan Charters is coming down. Through and over the line is the recovering Ben Grucock. He's worked his way up into 12th place. There's a 5-second time penalty going out to car 60, so that is Anthony Levy for exceeding track limits, unfortunately, but continuing to pick their way through the traffic. This time it's Graham Hurd and Wayne Gregory's turn to work by David Hussey. But it's nice to see that even though you are lapped traffic, you might want to crack on and pull away in your own race, but you're respecting those cars coming up behind you, and as ever, fabulous driving standards from everybody out there.
Very, very much so. That was again touched on in the drivers' briefing, so everyone is aware of what is required of them. Basically, don't get out the way. It's let the quicker car go past you. The responsibility is with the quicker car to go past safety. But that fantastic little battle behind Darren King in 5th with Sarah Thompson, Barrington Darcy, Faye Noble-Evans, and now Ryan Charters is a real head turner. They're only battling over 5th. You know, it's not like they're going to get a podium, but they just want every single place they can make.
They do indeed, and they do it for their absolute love of motorsport, as you always find in the Porsche Club Motorsport paddock. So Faye Noble-Evans can now no longer focus fully on attacking Barrington Darcy, because Ryan Charters has very quickly approached, and continue to approach he will do as they work their way along the back straight, then through the double right-hander at turns 5 and 6 before they pitch their way up the hill on the brakes in towards Rocket Inn. And Faye Noble-Evans will decide now, does she let Ryan Charters through and then try and follow him through the crowd, or will she try and defend and potentially be the cork in the bottle for what may come over the final 5 minutes as we just tick past that 5-minute mark. It is still Darren King leading Sarah Thompson, Barrington Darcy.
I think we made a change for second. I just saw a flash of cut different colour car to what I expected. In fact, no, where's Graham Hurd gone?
Graham Hurd is not there. There is Graham Hurd.
Sorry, no, he had fallen back,
Yeah, Graham Hurd has fallen into the clutches of Wayne Gregory. We did see him pull away quite substantially, but Wayne Gregory is now well and truly with him. And the battle further down, I would say Darren King has pulled away slightly from Sarah Thompson, who is still fighting away with Barrington Darcy. Faye Noble Evans as Ryan Charters just sat behind. It's a matter of when, not if. This final 4.5 minutes for Faye Noble Evans will seem very long indeed.
Exactly the same, I think, for Mike Thompson, to be quite honest. He had a troubled start to the day, and when I walked over to find what the problem, the back of the car was in the air. They were frantically working away. They were confident that they could actually sort the issue, no problems there. But yeah, it's going to be a long 4 minutes 10 seconds as it is right now for Mike Thompson. 3 wins out of 4 though, if he can pull it off.
And Faye Noble Evans really starting to close in on Barrington Darcy. Decides maybe now is not the time for the move, but that leaves her vulnerable to Ryan Charters, who's later on the brakes, dives his way up the inside. Ryan Charters up into 8th place now and already on to the coattails of Barrington Darcy. So we wait for them to reappear. There they are. Barrington Darcy in turn goes for the move up the inside of Sarah Thompson. The door doesn't quite swing open as much as he would have liked on the way in. Sarah Thompson, however, washes wide on the way out. That leaves her vulnerable to Barrington Darcy. In the meantime, Ryan Charters will be seeing this and rubbing his hands together, wanting to pick his way through the traffic as quickly as possible, or through those cars as quickly as possible. Lights ablaze on his car just to let those cars know that he is on his way. Gets a brilliant run out of the final corner. He will have a look to the inside on the run up towards turn 1. The door won't open as much as he would have liked, but he's really starting to push on now. And as I said, I didn't quite think he'd pull it off at the time, but Ryan Charters, you never know, he could be on for a top 5 here with 3 minutes of the race remaining. It is
the cars that he needs to beat are right in front of him, so quite possible there. In fact, he is back past Barrington Darcy. That's compromised Barrington Darcy. Faye Noble Evans is taking advantage and has got down the inside on the run down to Church. He just passed cleanly before the corner. So Faye Noble Evans that has slightly let Sarah Thompson get away by a couple of lengths. So she's the yellow car now with the number 11 chasing her down. But yeah, he knows, he can see those cars out there and he knows exactly what he wants to do, Ryan Charters.
Yeah, that's going to be, I think, such a key tool that he's got now. He has that visual reference. He knows that he can attack, and we're potentially seeing contact between the pair of them. Arguing his way up the inside is Ryan Charters. Just about manages to push the door open, and Ryan Charters through and past Sarah Thompson up into 6th place now, exactly where he finished race 1, and continuing to lap quicker is Ryan Charters. So we saw the mistake from Barrington Darcy in towards turn 3, just the car sort of hesitated on turn in. That allowed not only Ryan Charters but Faye Noble Evans through. Over the line goes the fight for 3rd place. That is Graham Hurd still fighting away with Wayne Gregory. We've got 2 laps left. Mike Thompson just needs to stroke this car home. In the meantime, every other position inside arguably the top 10 very much up for grabs.
It is. It's been certainly that sort of race. Mike Thompson, their car number 6. He's going to be coming round. The clock is ticking down, isn't he? So I think one more lap after this one, but this is going to be some of the longest minutes of his life. He's coming through up into that very technical sections where the driver's really having to work in these slow corners. You think it'd be the quick corners, but it's the slow corners that require so much precision. And side by side, heading down the back straight, we've got Barrington Darcy and Faye Noble Evans. Faye Noble Evans has the inside as they head up towards Rocket Inn. Who is going to break later? Faye Noble Evans. Barrington Darcy sitting it out, but it is Faye Noble Evans who can turn in ahead.
Yeah, Faye Noble Evans doing what she can to defend from Barrington Darcy. Barrington Darcy applying the pressure exactly where he needs to. We'll be going on to the final lap of the race in just a few moments' time. So Mike Thompson picks his way through the final corner to go on to the final lap of the race. Then we've got, following suit, Perry Darling. It should be Graham Hurd. Yes, it is. Still sat there in 3rd place, albeit with ever more pressure being applied by Wayne Gregory. Then we get to Darren King and Ryan Charters. Ryan Charters, if he has a quick lap, you never know. He could be inside that top 5. Another battle that's now emerged. That's between Sarah Thompson and Faye Noble Evans. Barrington Darcy has fallen away. We could still see a change for 7th.
It is. It's going to be interesting there. Sarah Thompson in 7th, leading lady, but she's got the 2nd place lady, Faye Noble Evans, right behind Ryan Charters to close on King. And yeah, Wayne Gregory, I think Wayne Gregory has got a little bit of intent. He knows the time is clicking down. He's right with Graham Hurd. He's got a very good exit there from Church. Looks to the inside. Has he got the pace to get alongside? Yes, he has got the pace to get alongside. That gives him the inside line through the kink, but it's going to be the outside line when they get to Rocket Inn.
Yeah, so the outside line to Rocket Inn. What can he do about making a move? No, it's not going to work for him. However, immediately tries to fight back on the exit. And they, I think, remain as they are as they disappear out of our sight. But towards the final corner will come the race leader Mike Thompson, picking his way through the corkscrew now, then in towards the final corner. What a fabulous drive it has been from Mike Thompson. He will come through and win race 2 of the Woods Food Service Porsche Club Motorsport Boxster Cup. Over the moon with that, I'm sure. Chased to the line by Perry Darling, and then it will be Graham Hurd that just about holds on the very last stretch, sideways out of the final corner, chased to the line by Wayne Gregory, and it will be Darren King that holds on to 5th place, and Ryan Charters, what an amazing drive from the back of the grid. That's 6th place again, this time only 13.5 seconds away. I tell you what, give him another couple of races and he'd have been in that top 5, wouldn't he?
Very, very definitely, to be quite honest. Fantastic performance from the back of the grid, certainly reminding us of the pace that he possesses.
Yeah, and Sarah Thompson comes through to finish in 7th place ahead of Faye Noble Evans. In 8th place it was Barrington Darcy that finished in 9th ahead of car number 60, that being Anthony Levy. We will then see car number 96 just coming through in a few moments' time. We've already had car 64 over the line, that being David Hussey, unfortunately, 1 lap down. Through the final corner now comes the number 96 car, that's Charlie Dygott.
It is. Now, you mentioned at one point Mike Thompson with a little bit of dust or something firing out the car. He did it on the last corner as well. So there is something going on with that car. So I'll try and find out. It's not that I can... I'm wondering, Ollie Chatham in race 1 had the... exhaust blow some of the packing from the inside exhaust in the muffler out. And I'm wondering if it might be an issue a little bit like that for Mike Thompson.
Looks white or maybe silver, but the way in which it reacted when it hit the ground, it looked very powdery, which made me initially think dry ice, but I'd imagine they don't go to such lengths to keep the cars cool.
No, they're not legally, let's put it that way. Yeah. So, a little baffled on that, we'll try and find out. But fantastic drive from Mike. I say 2 wins 2 weeks ago at Alton Park. Last weekend he got married, this weekend he's taken another win. So it's, life is good.
Yeah, absolutely. And to go with it, the fastest lap of the race, and you can go home saying I'm the only driver that got into the 18s by quite some margin as well, did Mike Thompson. Perry Darling finished in 2nd. Graham Hurd rounds out your podium. There is Wayne Gregory, Darren King, Ryan Charters, Sarah Thompson, Faye Noble Evans, Barrington Darcy, Anthony Levy, Charlie Dye and Ben Grucock finishes, or rounds out your top 12. Then it was Martin Mason, Craig Horvath, followed by Stuart Warner, Tom Hale and David Hussey, the final of your 17 finishes, unfortunately a lap down. And we did also lose Will Kirtler and Sarah Wood throughout that race, but even still, what a fabulous couple of races we've been treated to, not only by the Woods Food Services Porsche Club Motorsport Boxster Cup, but also the Porsche Club Championship with Pirelli. We've seen some fabulous Porsche racing, haven't we?
We have. This meeting actually marks the midpoint of our season, so we have 14 races, but already Zach is down there with the winners.
Concluded, and what a fantastic race it was. It's the number 6 from the 81, from the 99, Mike Thompson, from Perry Darling and from Graham Hurd as well. What a fantastic battle all the way through. We'll grab a word with our podium sitters as soon as we can. We'll just give them a moment to, of course, celebrate with their team and just calm down from what was an adrenaline-filled race, I'm sure. Mike Thompson, of course, very, very happy with it. We'll jump in as soon as we can, of course. He's just getting a picture, just jump in front of the camera. Mike, can we just have a quick word, mate? How are you feeling?
Very hot, to be honest. No, I'm absolutely buzzing considering this morning. And then to get these results afterwards and start from P13, couldn't have asked for a better race, really, could I?
Thinks it makes it 3 wins from the last 4 races. What does that mean to you for the championship going forward?
I mean, we might be in contention towards the end, but I think we might have missed too much now, especially with the DNF this morning. It might have hindered us for anything in the top spot, but anything can happen. Someone could have the same luck we did this morning and it could all change.
So what exactly were the issues then coming into this weekend and of course earlier on?
Oh, well, we did testing yesterday. Car was absolutely perfect. This morning, when we started up to get on qualifying, it decided the power steering pump had failed. So it was screeching in my ear, and then I think I got about a lap and a half in and my slave cylinder packed in. So I had no clutch, tried to retire the car. That left me with P10 and 13 for the actual races. In the first race I got knocked off by another competitor. Car was done, track rod end had bent, and then this one we managed to get it something like with a piece of string and it seems to be a good setup.
Held together with very botched methods, but it works and you've won, so calls for a nice celebration tonight?
Yeah, definitely. I'll be going to the bar.
Nice, of course. Love it. Well, thank you very much for chatting. Best of luck for the rest of the season.
Cheers, mate. Thank you.
Awesome stuff. What we'll do is we'll move our way down the podium. We'll go to P2. We'll go to Perry Darling. Let's see if I can grab him again after what was a fantastic race. Do you want another word? Because that's another P2, that is.
I'm disappointed, if I'm honest. So I was leading for most of the race, and then again, it's overcooked the corner. Again, same corner, but I've got to be pleased. P2, 2 trophies, 2 podiums. So yeah, but next time.
What are the learning curves then from this weekend for you to take home and sort for the rest of the season?
Don't go so hot in the corners. Slow down.
Rein it in a little bit.
That's it.
But yeah, I mean, for the rest of the season, what's the plan then? Because you're off the back of a couple of really good results. I mean, are you looking for more?
Yeah, well, the next race at Crofts, I've never been to Croft before, ever. So that's going to be learning curve. So I'm just going to enjoy that one and just see where it comes.
Obviously, it's a new circuit for you. How are you going to prepare? Are you going to go on the sim? Or are you going to just go in blind?
I'm going to have a go in a little sim first and then hopefully maybe do a track or test day just to try and get up to speed because I know these guys are fast. But yeah.
Awesome, best of stuff. Best of luck for the rest of the season.
Thank you.
Awesome stuff. Well, that was P2. Of course, we've spoken to P1 and P2. We've got to go to, of course, Graham Hurd next in the 99 machine. Of course, you can see the fabulous ice cream that's on the side of it. He's just having an inspection under his car, I think, just checking that everything's all right. But all in all, I think if we can just grab him, we'll have a quick word. There you go, P3. Not bad going.
That was good fun, that race. I enjoyed that.
Yeah. What was the difficulties then? What were the troubles? I mean, particularly at the end, you're under pressure.
Huge amounts of understeer throughout the whole race and last race, but managed to drive light to adapt to the car. But yeah, I was really pleased.
And what are you looking for underneath the car?
Apparently it's smoking, so that's what I'm looking for.
Is it all right?
Looks all right. At the moment, let my boys look at it. I'm sure they'll find it.
Well, amazing. I mean, got a few weeks, a little bit of a breathing space. I mean, it's been a quick transition from Watton Park into Anglesey, but you get a little bit of breathing room before you go again at Crofts. What's your expectations for the rest?
Don't know. Just have fun. Yeah. Come home with the car in one piece. That ain't really happened this weekend.
Yeah, it definitely does look. It's been driven. Let's put it that way. Bit of ding dongs, but that's the fun of it, isn't it?
Well, no, not really. No. It's not banging racing. I've done that. Been there. This one weren't my fault. That one was a little bit my fault, but it was I let the guy go, but it was just too much. But I think that's where the smoking's coming from. But yeah, well pleased. That was good fun. That's what we're here for, innit?
Come in with a trophy at the end of the weekend as well. Can't complain, can you?
Absolutely. Yeah, and points. Points are the best thing.
Points definitely do help when it comes to the championship. Well, best of luck, and thanks for talking to us. Best of luck for Croft as well. Awesome stuff then. Well, we've been able to talk to our top 3 of the Porsche Boxster Cup here in Anglesey. What a fantastic race it was.